أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. تاركاتنا الصحبة وخير في الجميع. تستعمل يا سيدي. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Peace be to everyone who's here and who's watching this now or later with electronic means. One person said, as long as I'm here, it doesn't matter where here is. Anytime you're watching, any place you are, I don't know who's going to see this. No one knows. Allah, 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 Aziz Allah, 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 Kareem Allah, 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 Subhan. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, according to our beliefs, has endless creation. He created this creation diverse, so many different endless creatures, endless servants. All of them functioning or doing or in action according to His divine will and reflecting Allah's beautiful names and attributes. Each of His beautiful names and attributes, they're different. All of them belongs to God, to Allah, but the names manifest differently. Ar-Rahman and Al-Shadid al-Muntiqam is not the same. Jabbar and Kareem is not the same, though all of it is Allah. It's a Ismul Jamia. The name that gathers all the names is Allah. Some they say Ahad. Ahad. Absolutely unique, absolutely Ahad, Fardu Samad. By Himself, self-standing, alone, absolute, unique, and not in need for anything. And all the creatures is in need. And all of them functioning according to the way He designed them, designed us. A fish moves the way He designed fish to move. It can't be a bird, it can't be a cat, it can't be a cloud, it has to be as a fish. And people, the top point of the creation, Allah said, I wanted to خليفة في الأرض خليفة في الأرض وجاء
في الأرض خليفة.
في الأرض خليفة. I wish to put on this earth a Khalifa, someone to represent me. I made human beings. First one, Sayyidina Adam, our grandfather, Adam and Eve, the prototype. And he made Adam and his descendants, or Adam and Eve and their descendants, each of them to be candidates to be his Khalifa, his representative on earth. Every human being is created to not the same. Each one is representing different divine names and attributes. And it's one of the secret wisdoms or hidden wisdoms why people behave the way they behave. Why everyone's not in agreement with each other. You can't find any two people who agree on anything. People have different forces driving them. To the extent where Shaykh Muhyiddin, Allah bless him, I like to say his name, hopefully will look to us with his love for the sake of Maulana Shaykh, and He'll forgive us our shortcomings and grant us from their generosity. Fuyudat, divine help, broadcasting as much as we can carry. We're not big power stations, but a couple drops or a drop. People are driven by their creation, by the names they were created under. Someone might be Abdul Rahman, under the name of the All-Merciful, and it reflects in his actions and thinking and doings. And his life is going to be like that. Others might be someone, Abdul Jabbar, Abdul Jalal, Abdul Jalil, Abdul Qahar. One person wanted to name his son Abdul Muntaqim, the Avenger. I say, perhaps we might want to pick a different name, because when Abdul Muntaqim starts going through his teenage rebellion years, he might seek his vengeance on the nearest target. He might have a problem. Everyone has a different nature. To the extent that Shaykh Muhyiddin, he said, when you're talking about what somebody else did, so-and-so did like that, so-and-so did like that, you can't say, if it was me, I would have done differently. Say, no, if it was you, you would have done the same thing. Because you don't know which forces were driving you. If you're put into the same situation with the same forces driving you, you do the same thing. Allahu Qahar. When Prophet ﷺ was taken on Isra and Miraj, and he reached to the closest point, Qabu Qusayni wa Adna, 2 bows lengths or nearer the divine presence, a metaphor. No one can say exactly what it means to be in the divine presence. And Allah said, Sifni, describe me. Shaykh Hashem was saying that in a talk here. Prophet ﷺ, he answered, Qahar, who compels everything, overpower everything. You can't resist. No one can resist. Qahar. When Maulana Shaykh was reading to us from, he had a notebook from Grand Sheikh's talks about the divine names. He came to Al-Muqtadir. And he stopped. And Shaykh Nasir said, he said to me, Nazim Effendi, as he used to call him, I can't go more than this. How can you describe a power that's absolute. Muqtadir, absolutely able to do whatever he wants with no possible impediment of any kind. Who can be like that? Everything else has a limit. He can do whatever he wants. And Allah raised or put people in different situations in this life to test us. Some people is rich and powerful, some people is poor of no account, some people can get away with anything, some people gets caught for everything. It's His wisdom. It's His wisdom. Our job is to try to know ourselves. Who are we? Which names, divine names, were created under? How is it to be that? I made you my Khalifa. What does it mean? It means for you. It means look and see which names, which realities, which lights you're created with. Try to become familiar with that and to make yourself in line with that. I put you into these bodies and gave you life in this world for you to realize that or to come to know about that. Who are you? You didn't create yourself. You were created. You're a body and more than a body. There's something riding on that body. Alive, we know we're alive, we wish to do, we have power to carry out our wishes, and we hear and see and speak and move, and He gave us all that power to know about Him. It's to know Him, it's endless knowledge. How are you going to know everything? To know about yourself, what kind of creation you are. Who am I? Oh my Lord, you created me to be your Khalifa. You can have endless Khalifas. If you try to limit, it can't be limited. He can do as He likes. Everyone is representing the Lord. His different names and attributes. Which ones? Who? You have to be busy with that work. To be busy with what's under your own hat or scarf or hijab or turban. Sayyidina Musa, Allah bless him, alayhi salam, peace be upon him, Moses, he asked to God, to Allah, oh my Lord, what's the best thing your people can do? When are you going to be happy with us? And he said, oh, Moses, when I'm happy with my servant when he's busy with his own business, what's under his own hat. He's trying to, by every means, by studying, looking, meeting, talking, listening, thinking, pondering, contemplating, by any means, and every means. Prophet said, go up to China, exert yourself to the end, try to find out who you are. What is that? All we know is our ego. And our ego pretends to be God, pretends to be everything to us. Our ego, like the sky, covering everything. It's all our ego. We can't get out from it. There's something beyond that. We didn't reach it. Each one of us is trapped in that prison. And every prophet and every saint, wise person, wali, came to try to free people from that prison, to reach to light, reality. What's beyond that? There's something beyond that, we don't know anything about it. They brought so many methods. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us to find and keep the best way. As Muslims, we believe to follow Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the best way, easiest way, least confusing way. There's so many ways. If you start to look, there's so many things. This way more easy and straight, as much as we can do. As much as we can do. May He grant us an easy approach, an easy climb, an easy task to know about ourselves, to reach our mission, to complete our mission in this world before we go. You say to die before you die, to go beyond the ego, to everything that's ego. So tear that sky open and see what's really there. Otherwise it's going to be nothing. Nothing. Only eating and drinking and fighting and going, and then we die. And the ones after us eating and drinking and fighting and going and dying. Where is Khalifatullah? Where is reason for our existence? Allahumma salli wa sallam ala Sayyidina Muhammad. Allah grant us a strong faith, a strong trust to our Lord. Grant us reality. Grant us to taste reality, eternity, Allah used to say. Eternity. The ego is non-eternity. Everything we know is closed and finishing. What's beyond that? May He make us to reach safely and easily and happily. Khudh biyadi ya Sayyidi. Take us by the hand to get up. فَمَنْ شَاءَ اتَّخَذَ إِلَى رَبِّهِ سَبِيلًا. Therefore take away to your Lord. Take away to know about yourself. May Allah grant us that for ourselves and for everyone, to have a strong connection through our hearts to those who are able to take us up, to show us the way, and grant us enough patience, more than patience, persistence, hilm. Hilm is more than just patience. Hilm to be able to continue despite obstacles. If you find an impediment, if you find a difficulty, to be able to move past it. If there's a rock in your way, to go around if you can go through it. To be patient and continue persistent in the way. So many things are going to come to test it. Test the person who's trying to find the realities of their life. So many strange things come, and our ego is a huge block for us. Ego is based in emotions. Emotions. The worst being anger. But so many emotions comes to throw us off. Something comes, we didn't expect it, and the emotion takes over. You get angry, you get hurt, you get disappointed, you get confused, you get all these things belongs to our ego, and all of them makes a person want to give up. Yeah, I'm fed up. And if you're fed up from that obstacle, don't think you go another way and don't find the obstacles. No one can reach without persistence. And you have to be, as much as you can, to try and take the reins of your ego and ride it straight on. Trying to follow our prophets, and all prophets and holy people, as much as we can do. And may Allah grant us to reach a happy conclusion. To reach the light and realities. To break through the veil of this ego, of this common life that's keeping us prisoner. Always dark, always painful. To come out from that into lights. Those awliya that spoke about it, Muhammad Shaykh Nazim, when he spoke about it, he said to break through this veil is more pleasurable than, I'm saying only 70 virgins in paradise, is more pleasurable than the 70. To come through that barrier of darkness into lights, those who made it, who did it, described like that. Therefore, we're intending to follow our prophets, Allah sent him to lights. Some ways leads to darkness also, and confusions, and terrible things. We're asking a way that leads to happiness, lights. May Allah grant us. Wa min Allah tawfiq. Bi hurmati Habib, bi hurmati al-Fatih. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله